Hello, it's me, Video. Today, I want to present to you one of my many Skyrim builds, to hopefully make you want to start up Skyrim once again. I want to spark creativity in the community, which can be difficult in such an old game, but I'll throw my hat into the ring. All of my builds keep to a few rules, such as must be played on expert and no resto loop or alike. The rest of the rules can be found in the Google Docs in the description down below, together with a written version of all of my builds. If you have a build in mind and you want me to try it, please write me a comment and I'll have a look. Maybe your build will be next. And without further ado, the Toxicologist, or Poisoner, is an Argonian with 150 magicka, 390 health, 150 stamina, at level 40, utilizing the Shadow Stone. Their skills would be Alchemy, Sneak, Enchanting, Restoration and Alteration, with one flex perk according to my own rules. Shouts could be Dismay and Drained Vitality. Weapons and magic they would use is the sword Undeath, which is a silver sword with absorb health and fire damage. Great for killing undead when you have no points in one-handed, as the sword itself has a bonus of plus 20 physical damage to all undead, which doesn't scale with anything, but as we are not using any one-handed damage, it's really good. Hemophobia, Ebony Dagger with absorb health and fear. Arctic Flux, a Stalrim dagger with chaos and frost damage. And Spirit Sap, a wooden bow or longbow, the weakest bow in the game, with shock damage and drain magicka. For spells, it is any healing spell you need, and any sun spells to deal with undead, as they are immune to your poisons and you are a poison build. Paralyze Rune and Poison Rune are also used in certain situations. For armor, the helmet is the Alkir hood, the blue one, with Fortify, Alteration and Restoration. Chest piece is a clothing chest piece. I like the blue merchant one, because it fits the Alkir hood, with Fortify, Alteration and Restoration. Gloves, just any clothing gloves, with Fortify, Sneak and Magicka. The boots are any boots you fancy, with Fortify, Sneak and Muffle. Ring is Fortify, Sneak and Magic Resist, and Amulet is Fortify, Sneak and Magic Resist. For potions and poisons, we have the Fortify Health and Restore Health potion, Blue Mountain Flower and Wheat. For poisons, there are two main ones. It is Paralyze and Lingering Poison, which is Canis Root and Impstool and Mora Tapanella. A weakness to poison and damage health poison, Deathbell, Giant Lichen, and Impstool. If you change Impstool with Skeever Tail, it becomes even better, but Skeever Tail cannot be planted, so keep that in mind. For perks, Enchanter 5 out of 5 in Enchanting, of course, up to extra effect taking the middle branch. Alchemy 5 out of 5, Physician, Benefactor, Poisoner, and Concentrated Poisons. You are a poison build, so you want them to last twice as long. Sneak 1 out of 5, and everything else. Pick everything in the Sneak skill tree except the 4 points after the first in Sneak, as they have very, very diminishing returns. Restoration, Novice through to Adept, Regeneration, Necromage, and Dual Casting. We are not a vampire, this is not a Necromage vampire thing. It is to increase the damage of your sun spells, as your main opponent, that is the most difficult to kill, are undead. Alteration, Novice through to the Mage Armor perks, and take those 3 out of 3. Now, you don't really need them, as the point is to not be seen, but I feel like it's a good thing to have. This build uses Restoration for healing, but as you are an alchemist, you can use potions whenever needed, so I always have a few on me. Try to stay hidden as long as you can, using Sneak and Backstab with high damaging poisons to outright kill enemies. At the start of combat, if it ever comes to that, you will cast your armor spell and use Paralyze and Lingering damage poisons to disable enemies as you need. You can also use your Paralyze rune for the same effect, which has an AoE blast, so you can disable multiple enemies for a shorter time. For harder enemies, you would use your weakness to poison and damage health, poison, which does about 100 damage on the first attack and can do close to 200 damage on the second attack, depending on Their weakness to poison, obviously. Just keep applying that, and hitting will do insane damage, as you probably can see on the dragon kill. A big downside of any poison build is undead and automatons, as they are immune. This is the main reason for the unique weapon Undeath, for undead killing. Arctic Flux, the dagger, which is also my main weapon, but it is especially good for automatons, because of the amount of just extra damage. But they are also immune to cold, so if it procs both cold on the chaos, and because I chose to have cold as the damage type, it won't do all that much, but still. And then Spirit Zap, which is a bow meant to just, deliver poisons, so I didn't want it to have too much damage, and thus chose the weakest bow in the game with shock damage and magic damage to just disable things. And that's it. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and bye-bye.
So you're the one who barged in. How nice to meet you. So you come here, kill my assistants. Are you attempting? Well, then you won't be leaving here at all.